We're going to start with the first step is just stating the judgment. You are blank.
You are no good at this embodiment stuff. You suck at it. You're inept. You can't do it.
So we're going to go to, from the point of view of your judgmental part, you should not blank. So looking more at like behaviors or specific things, and allow yourself to be unreasonable or mean in this.
You shouldn't suck at this. You shouldn't have such a hard time with this. You shouldn't be so rigid. You shouldn't be so resistant. You shouldn't be so uptight. You shouldn't be so bad at this embodiment, somatic stuff. What's wrong with you?
So we're going to take the same sentiments. You'll probably say a lot of the same things, but we're going to go from kind of pointing the finger, you shouldn't, to I hate it when, or I hate it that. The other instruction is as you're saying this, so you're speaking from your perspective, but I also want you to like feel, like get into your body and breathe as you're saying that. See how much you can really connect with the experience of hating it or disliking these aspects or these behaviors.
I hate that you tell yourself you can't do this. I hate that you limit yourself. I hate that you won't allow yourself to go there. I hate that you won't just relax and trust. I hate that you disconnect, disassociate, or go into your head.
When I say that, I feel
numb, lost, disconnected. There's like a sadness to it, but it's far away. Almost like despair, but just really quiet.
How are you doing so far?
It's helpful. It's like helpful seeing it all, hearing it all.
Yeah. Okay, so I want you to kind of, you have permission to leave yourself a little bit and go back into judgmental mode. And the stem is you should. And I want you to say this from a perspective of being like queen of the universe and completely unreasonable. You should blank.
Yeah. Okay. You should be able to do this. You should be able to like go deeply into your experience and really feel all these body sensations and know exactly what's happening and feel connected to it in your body and be able to identify all these feelings and get the wisdom like right away. You should be able to like have these ahas and be able to communicate to people. And you should be able to just grow in leaps and bounds from doing this. You should be able to do this like pretty soon because we're running out of time, you know? You should be able to like join the club and be able to do what other people can seem to so easily do.
It seems like these things are important. Like you got to get your act together. This is important.
Yeah. It's the way to heal. You should be able to do it or you're not going to integrate properly.
Yeah. Okay. So same sentiments. I want you to be just as unreasonable, but you're going to come more into your own self and into your own perspective more. So instead of you should, it's I want you to, and I want you to, again, see how much you can like really root your awareness in your body as you're speaking. That may require going slower and being aware of your breath. So to breathe and feel as you're speaking. See if you can connect with that part that's rejecting you, connect with the desire that this part of you has. I want you to blank.
I want you to fucking learn this. I want you to step up. I want you to just do it. Do what everyone else is doing. I want you to show up. I want you to quit complaining and just do it.
Okay, so I want you to blank, and that matters to me because there's a part of you that wants you to be good at this embodiment stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. And don't think about it. Just like feel your body. It doesn't have to make sense. And just say it and see what happens. Like, I want you to be good at this embodiment stuff, and that matters to me because.
I want you to be good at this embodiment stuff. And that matters to me because I care about you. I care about your well-being and your growth and your integration and your connection to yourself and your ability to support yourself. And I don't want you to neglect yourself anymore. Yeah, that feels right. Yeah, there's a lot of care there. A sense that other people think this is good for them or good, even could be good for us. And so why are we neglecting it?
Yeah.
You look here, let's try. That felt good. Like when I said,
it seemed more connected.
yeah, it was.
Yeah. It sounds like what's important about trying harder to being better at this embodiment stuff, resisting less than just doing it, is in part coming from a place of like, you really want the best for yourself.
Yeah. It's like self-care, self-connection, and what's the opposite of neglect? Like attention or nurturing.
Mm-hmm.
Those things.
Yeah. So let's wrap that up. We've gone through a couple layers with your judgment. What stands out to you the most from going through all that?
That there's a real value for wanting to try, or just wanting to stick with it without judging it. Yeah, for putting the attention inward and like letting go of the results, because it feels good. It feels connecting. It feels nurturing. It feels loving to do that.
Mm-hmm. So when you look at that original judgment, which started as like, I can't do this embodiment stuff, and there was a sense of being inept or incapable.
Yeah, there's like a desperation and an urgency around it. Like, oh shit, we can't connect to ourselves. We can't get the nurturing and the attention that we need. And this is like panic time, like we got to figure this out. Because you're not doing it because you're sucking at it, but we really want it. Like it's like pleading our attention.
Yeah. You can sense sort of the desperation, the fear of this part.
We really want this, but we suck at it. This fucking sucks. We're like in this catch-22. I just now hear it as this scared voice that really desperately wants it, but is scared that it's not going to happen, because I guess it knows that we're a perfectionist and we won't do it and we can't do it well. And it's like, fuck, now what? Like we're kind of stranded here unless you make an effort. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like just the scared voice. It's not going to get its needs met. It's calling for help.
So when I bring you back to that statement, you're seeing yourself. So this part is seeing you as incapable, inept, unable to do this embodiment stuff. Does it still seem as true? Is there still the same feeling about it, or is it something shifted?
What has shifted is I am seeing that voice now as a cry for help, and that I shouldn't let it scare me into avoidance. That's what I was doing before, is it was telling me, you can't do this, you suck at it. And I was like, oh, you're right. So I'll avoid it because it doesn't feel good. And now I'm seeing it's like, no, don't avoid me. Like we're really scared that we're never going to be connected and integrated because we know we're not doing this well. And we want you to help us. We want you to try. We want you to like do whatever you can, get support. Don't just leave us here. So I'm seeing it now as a cry for help.
Yeah.
Which I have more desire now. Like I feel softer towards it and it feels approachable. Like I want to help that part. Like I have compassion for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So before I saw myself as inept at this embodiment stuff, now I see myself as, maybe I still see myself as inept at this embodiment stuff, but I have more compassion.
Yeah. That's probably it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I recognize its importance. Embodiment stuff, to work on it, to practice it. Yeah.
So that wasn't there before. It was more just like a rule or something.
It was like we're avoiding it because we suck at it and we don't want to shame ourselves or be difficult for other people who are trying to guide us through an experience and just go through the motions. That feels shitty.
Well, your motivation for doing it before was more just because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Whereas
now there's more of a recognition of like, oh, there's a reason I want to do this.
Yeah, because like, it feels connecting.
Like you recognizing the judgment is coming from a place of the way in which this matters to me, the way in which embodiment is relevant to me. Mm-hmm. This part is connected with that. And from before you were just kind of like being battered over the head with the judgment. It was just like, oh, here's what you're supposed to do because everyone else is doing it, or because that's what people expect from you.
That's right. And feeling kind of hopeless. Like, well, I know it's supposed to be good for me, but so I'm going to attempt it, but I hate doing things I don't do well. And I feel like I'm letting people down at the same time. So just sucks all around.
Yeah. It's like you made more of a personal connection with doing it, with practicing embodiment.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.